employee and then delete employee.
This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. So in today's class, we are going to start with the CUD operations, that is create, update and delete. So till now, whatever we have seen, they are query operation and read operation. So you can see all the getting all the multiple data from the backend, as well as filtering the data, sorting the data, grouping the data. So all these belongs to your query operation. And when you click on the record, so for example, I am clicking on this record. So this is nothing but read operation. And even getting the projects of an employee, this is query operation again, right? So till now we have played around bringing the data from backend to the front end. So from now onwards, we are going to play with sending the data from front end to the back end for creating the employee, updating the employee and deleting the employee. Okay, right. So I am going to create 3 buttons here. The first button is create employee, second one update employee, edit employee, and then delete employee. Okay, so this will be done maybe today and tomorrow. So let us start with the create employee first. So by end of today's class, I think we can cover only create operation. Update and delete operations we'll see in tomorrow's class. So this is view 2. Let's go to the view 1. So for the table, there is a header toolbar. Now inside the header toolbar, we kept a toolbar with a title. Now basically, I want create employee button here at the right side. So let me create the button. So one of you are not in mute. Ravi is not in mute. Okay, muted. Right. So I'm going to create the button. The button is create employee. So I'm giving the text as create new employee. You can give the icon also here. So I'm giving the icon. SAP-icon //add, and let's give a blue color button and press equal to on add employee. Alright, so now let's have a look at the output window. So how this appears on the table. Right. Now just above the table, the create new employee button is appearing, but normally in real time we keep these buttons at the right side. So how to keep the buttons at the right side? So you need to remember that this entire area is called toolbar. This entire area is called toolbar. Okay. All right. So inside the toolbar, you have kept the title. The title is employee list. So which is this one. Now you need a gap between this employee list and this button. So if you want gap, in the header toolbar, SAP has given one UI element called toolbar spacer. So this can be used only within the toolbar and you cannot use it outside. It is not toolbar separator, it is toolbar spacer. Toolbar spacer. So what this spacer will do, the spacer will kick all the UI elements to the end of the header toolbar. Now, see the position of this button. So it is kicked to the end of the toolbar. So this entire space will be occupied by the toolbar spacer. So after the toolbar spacer, as many buttons as you create, all these buttons will be kicked to the end of the header toolbar like this. Okay. Next. So when I click on this button, create new employee, I want to navigate to a complete new page. So where the employee form will be given, the user will fill the form and click the submit button, and the new employee should get created. So this is what I want. So let us create our third view. So I think we have only two views till now. Now we need to create our third view. One second. So to create the view, you need to go to the view folder, create a new view, and then come to the controller folder and create a new controller. Okay, right. So right click on the view, new file. I'm going to write view3.view.xml. That's done. And go to the controller, right click, new file, view3.controller.js. Okay, right. Now let me open the view 3. So to copy the skeleton code, I can copy it from the view 1. So let me copy it from here. Control A, Control C. In the view 3, Control V, and remove all this content, whatever is there. And you can also remove these libraries. These many libraries are not needed. So whatever the libraries that are not needed, you can remove them. And whatever you are using, you can keep only those. Did I use this change anywhere? Why this is added, this is not needed. Okay. So I think the skeleton code is fine. So whenever you copy and paste the code, always remember to change the controller name. The controller name is view3. And this one is also, you can write I am view3. Format document. Alright. So my view3 is ready. So let's go to the view3 controller. Now this is my view3 controller, which is empty. So without any skeleton code. So let's go to the view2 controller. Control A, Control C, Control V. And you can remove whatever you do not want. For example, message box, we need it. Formatter, we need it. Filter, sorter. So these two we can remove. These two are not required. And then is this something went wrong? Once again, this is view1 controller, right? So why I'm doing here? This is view2 controller. Control C. So I need to do it in view3 controller. Sorry. This is view2. Anything I have done here? Nothing, right? Okay, so this is view1. Anything did I did done here? Nothing. Okay, so let me copy the view2 controller into the view3 controller. Okay, right. So we need the formatter. You can keep it, and this is formatter. This is actually, if at all you are using the formatter for the view, then only you need to keep it. Otherwise, you can remove this one. And most importantly, whenever you copy paste the skeleton code, so this particular thing need to be changed. So this should be view3. Okay, and on need function, so let's keep it empty. On pattern match not required, let's keep it empty. And on press back button, so you can use this because the back button will be there for the view 3 as well. So when you press the back button, you can use this function. Now let me go to the view 3 controller, view 3, and in the page I want a back button, so you can write show now button equal to true, and when you press the back button, so you can write now button press equal to, you can copy this function and assign to this function. Now you will get a back button for the view 3, and when you click on the back button, so this function gets executed. So this particular function is doing history.go -1. That means it simply take you to the previous page. Okay. All right. Now let us see. By the way, one important thing. So whenever a new page is created by creating a new view and new controller, that is not enough. You also need to create an entry in a manifest.json. So go to the manifest.json to the routing part. We should not forget that the equation, the number of web pages equals to the number of routes equals to the number of targets. So this equation we should not forget. So let me copy this, or you can copy this one as well and paste it here. I'm calling this as root view 3, and I'm calling this as third view. This is not required. THIRD, third view, and this is target view 3. And now coming to the target section, you need to copy the same any one of the target and paste it again. So call this as target view 3, view ID as view 3, and view name also as view 3. Okay, so this is what you need to do. All right. Now whatever the prerequisites that are needed whenever you create a new view on the controller are fine, so they are finished. Now we can write our code. So let me close the unnecessary things. Yeah. So when you click on this button, I need to land up in the view 3. Okay. So for this, we need to write the assign the press action, and in the function that is assigned to the press action, we need to write the router.nav2 code to navigate to our new view. Okay. So let's go to the view 1 controller. First I'm going to the view 1. Now this is my create new employee button, so which is this one. So when the end user presses this button, when he press this button, I'm calling on add employee function. So let's copy this function, go to the view 1 controller, and you can go to the complete bottom, or so let's write just above this. Okay. Or write above this one. Okay. These functions not required. All right. So on add employee, this is the function. Now, so what is the statement to navigate to any view, guys? Can anybody tell me? How can I navigate from one view to the other view? By using, come on.
nav2 function.
nav2 and owner component.
Router.navigate.
So whenever I ask you how to navigate from one view to the other view, so you need to answer through router. Okay. So router is the one that is responsible for navigating from one view to the other view. Okay. So the first word that should come is through router. Okay. So go to the router, How can you get the router? So if you want the router, you need to ask the component.js. So go to the component.js, get to the router and instruct the router to navigate to. So where do you want to navigate? So you want to navigate to the third view. So you need to write its route name, so which is route view 3. Now let us see if we can able to navigate to the third view or not. Now click on create new employee. Yes. So we successfully landed up in the view 3. And when you click on the back button, you should also be able to navigate to the previous page. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a form here. The form can be created by using the grid layout or simple form layout. But mostly in the real time we use simple form layout. And then we'll create a save button here. The moment you click on the save or submit button, so we are going to post this entire data to the backend, and in the backend we are going to write the logic. So in the backend it is going to call your employee set underscore create underscore entity. Okay, so fine, let's see. So here I'm going to use the simple form layout. With how many fields? So let us see our metadata document. In our metadata document, we have employee ID, name, designation, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So do we have rating also? Is this ours? Yeah. Okay, so we have rating as well. Let us see employee set. Yeah, so we have a field called rating. Fine. So totally 9, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 fields are there. So in my simple form, I need to create 9 fields. So let me go to the view 3, and here I'm going to create a simple form with 9 fields. So since the simple form we already know, guys, let me copy and paste. So why to waste the time for just creating a simple form? It's a simple form. Okay, so it is giving error because the simple form library is that not added. I think it is added, right? So F colon simple form, yes, it is added. Then why it is giving error? Because the ending tags of the simple form were not added. Okay, so let me format the document. Right. So it's just a simple form, guys. You already know the simple form. So with the title, employee details. So editable true, responsive layout, and then label span I have given 2, empty span I have given 5. Okay. And all these fields you already know. So label input field, label input field, label input field. Only for the date picker, we need the date. Okay. So for the date, we need a date picker. Now let us have a look at the output window. Okay. So this one, I just created, copy pasted, I can say. So the reason I copy pasted is, so why to create this simple form again from the scratch? So if I type, it takes a lot of time. Okay. Right. Now let us create a submit button inside the footer. So I'm going to create a submit button here. button text equal to submit. And so if you want to give any icon, you can give the icon. Icon equal to SAP icon / save and press equal to on submit. Right. Now let us have a look at the button. So the button has no color. Let us give some color, maybe a blue color or green color we can give. So I'm going to give the green color. Accept, type equal to accept. Right. Yeah. So now the end user will fill the form. So with all these employee ID, name, designation, skill, email, salary, status. So with all of these, he will fill the form, and when you click on the submit button, so we need to collect all this data and prepare the payload. We call that as a payload. So what is payload? The data that you are sending to the backend is called payload. Okay. And this particular payload we need to send in a JSON format only. Remember, we need to send the payload in a JSON format only. So JSON format means open braces, closing braces, and in between, if you have the property and value pairs, that is called the JSON format. Okay, right. Now let's start the coding. So when I click on the submit button, I need to assign the press action. Now this is on submit. And now let us implement our create logic. So first things first, so we need to read the data from the screen. So to read the data from the screen, we need to define the variable employee ID equal to this by ID emp ID dot get value. Okay. Now you can copy this statement, paste it as many times as you want. So totally we have 9 values. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, yeah, 9. So this is employee ID, this is name, this is designation, and then this is skill, this is email, and then what email, then salary, and this is status, rating, date of joining, status, then rating, then date of joining. Okay, so we also need to change these IDs, name, then designation, then this is skill, this is email, this is salary, this is status, rating, and this is date of joining. Okay. So everything is fine, but the date of joining, we know that it is not dot get value, but it is get date value. So this is something you need to remember. Get date value. Okay. And one more thing. So we know that whenever the date is going from front end to the back end or back end to the front end, the date must be converted in this particular format. Okay, which is YY hyphen MM hyphen DD, and then that T0000 that you can just keep it, no problem. Okay, so this is basically called hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so for this we need to call our formatter. In the formatter we have the formatter function. We just need to call the formatter function to get our date converted in this particular format. If our date is not converted in this format, we already seen in one of our previous class. So what is the problem that you will get? right? So whenever the data is transferring from front end to the back end or back end to the front end, this date must be in this particular format only, YY/MM-DD and then T, time, hours, minutes and seconds. So for this I need the formatter. So is the formatter loaded here? Yes, formatter is already there. Now in